Alrighty, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Season 5, Episode 12 of Hit the Books, the podcast all about sports betting, the best bets you should be taking in everything surrounding sports. This week, we're into Week 12 of the NFL. We have our power rankings there, a little recap of Week 11, our power rankings in the NHL, along with some news and some jersey reveals for the Winter Classic. NBA, we have our power rankings, and college football. We have our new rankings here coming into this week, Week 13 in college football. Let's jump into this week's episode and introduce my co-host here with me this week. Huff, what do you got for us here coming into Week 12?
Yeah, solid week in the sports world. Steelers coming off a big win in the division, moving to 6-4. Rodgers questionable coming into this game against Chicago. I think all signs are leaning towards him playing in this game with a injury to his non-throwing hand wrist. But other than that, a good week in the sports world. The Penguins have. It feels like I haven't watched a Penguin game in about a week and a half with this global series they just played. They played Friday afternoon. I watched that one. Sunday morning we were tailgating. I didn't get to catch much of that, but Penguins are back on Friday, so looking forward to that. Haven't watched much other hockey, but college basketball has been great. Last night we saw Michigan State on a big win over Kentucky in that invitational. I'm blanking on the name of it. There's so many of them. The one at MSG. But a great time in the sports world. Good week in the NFL coming up, and we got a lot to get into.
Heck yeah, lots to look forward to this week. Let's start with the NHL here. Our power rankings here for this week coming in at number 5, the Vegas Golden Knights. Number 4, the Carolina Hurricanes. Number 3, the New Jersey Devils. Number 2, the Dallas Stars. And number 1, the Colorado Avalanche. What are your thoughts here coming into this week for the NHL?
Yeah, the Avalanche have been, I think, the most consistent team. Obviously, best record, 13-1, 13-1-5, the 5 OT losses, but the one regulation loss is insane. They're sitting up there at 31 points, 4 ahead of the next best with Carolina, New Jersey, Dallas, teams that we're going to see up towards the top of that list all year. Anaheim's still doing good up there with 25, and then our Penguins right there with 24. So still near the top of that pack. At least from a Penguins perspective, 4 points off the lead in the Eastern Conference. Playing 19 games, Detroit has a point and a game on us. So, Aces Bruins though they've had a nice past few weeks. I think they were on a 7-game heater last time we talked. They've dropped a couple, but 12-9, they're sitting right there tied with the Penguins at 24 points. So, a good start to the NHL season. Our NHL card's been hitting. Had some plays few and far between, but I think we're 4-1 or 4-2 or 5-2, somewhere in that range to start the season. So love to see that. Still testing out the waters there, but make sure you're staying tuned for that. We always hit good on the NHL card. We'll have to get some more plays out there for you, but yeah, solid top 5 in the NHL for our power rankings. Think these Penguins got to see. We're gonna see these Penguins on here soon.
Yeah, I agree.
It's tough because like Vegas, do I think they're better than Vegas? No. Do I think they're better than Carolina? No. So like not only the Penguins need to go on a heater, one of those teams needs to like heavily cool off. Yeah. Vegas is like kind of off of they don't have the best record, but obviously they were like Co-Cup favorites coming into the season, so a lot of people just respect them. I think they're 9-4-6, so they have the same amount of points as the Penguins in the same amount of games.
Yeah, definitely.
Penguins are 10-5-4.
I don't know. It's that a lot of that
favorable schedule coming up. They could go on a little heater. Home against a Wild on Friday, home against the Kraken on Saturday, home against the Sabres on Wednesday. Now that we just had that Swedish streak, we have a nice little homestand here against 3 decently bad teams.
Right.
At Columbus, then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, we're home against Toronto. That's like our next tough game. But Toronto hasn't been that great to start either.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I hope to see these Pens on this board. I mean, they've been at the top of that Eastern Conference all year so far. I know it's still relatively early, but
20 games in now, they're still there. I think you got to start to respect them. A quarter of the way through the season already.
I agree. All right, this next point here, the NHL is on a small streak of food-related injuries or meal-related injuries, I guess. Jack Hughes cut himself at a team dinner, notably when Frank the Tank from Barstool was invited to celebrate his 50th birthday. Jack Hughes is out indefinitely as of a few days ago, and we haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything since. Also, Eetu Lusterian from the Panthers is out due to suffering burns from a barbecue incident. What are your thoughts on these NHL players just straight up just being dumb?
I didn't hear I thought the Jack Hughes one was fake. I thought that was injured. Like the reason he was out was fake. That's real.
I don't. How's this? I've
heard from multiple places. That makes sense, but like that's crazy.
I heard he cut himself, and it turns out he was at a dinner the night before, and who knows what that
Yeah,
means. So
that's wild. No, I
could have
didn't hear
been
much. I didn't hear
unrelated,
much
but
about this, but
just interesting as heck to me.
Devils are good, so it's tough to see him out of the lineup, especially for a reason like that.
Right. But this next one here, the 2026 Winter Classic, is less than a month and a half away, and we have finally been greeted with the jersey selections for the Rangers and Panthers. This game being played at Lone Depot Park in Miami on January 2nd. Did you look at these jerseys at all?
I don't know how I feel about them. The Florida ones are kind of cool. The brown pants are a little much.
Yeah, I
If
agree.
they weren't the brown pants, they would just kind of look like their other jerseys. The Rangers ones are
kind of basic.
Pretty basic. I like the apple on the shoulder. I will say that.
Right. So definitely got cool parts to them, but they're definitely running out of ideas.
Yeah.
So
they don't need to keep doing new jerseys. Like most of these teams have nice old jerseys. Like we don't need to wear a different jersey in the Winter Classic. I don't think they understand that.
Right. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, as of late, like, I don't know, even Penn's, like, back, like, when we played in Chicago in that stadium series, like, all these outdoor games, they all make these jerseys so, like, shiny.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason. Like, I'm not saying that
I did
these
like
are
the ones
necessarily
when we played at
shiny,
Fenway with the big P on them.
Yeah, those are cool. I did like those.
I didn't like how they wore a yellow helmet with them, though.
Right. Alrighty, keeping it moving here. Let's jump into the NBA. Our power rankings here. Coming in at number 5, we have the Detroit Pistons. Number 4, the Houston Rockets. Number 3, the Los Angeles Lakers. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets. And number 1, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I feel like the Thunder have been at the top of that list for a couple weeks now. So what are your thoughts, Huff?
Yeah, I think those 3 teams are 3 teams you're going to see mostly towards the top of this list, towards most of the season. The Pistons have had a hell of a start. They're on an 11-game win streak right now, 13-2 after starting whatever that would be. 2-2 on the season. They've won 11 straight. Cleveland, they've had a good start as well. They're not on this list. Mackey's Knicks, they're hanging around as well at 8-5 as a top team in the East. But looking at our power rankings, most of it being Western Conference, except for Detroit, Oklahoma City, obviously. I had said this last week. I don't think they've been anything but one for the past maybe year and a half now, since Aces Celtics were dethroned. But Denver Nuggets at 2, they're going to be there all year. The Lakers with Luka, LaRavia, LeBron now back. The Lakers are, buzzing on all cylinders. Looks like they're going to be making a run this year. DeAndre Ayton looks good as they went out and got the big man that they were looking for. The Houston Rockets with Kevin Durant, I don't think many people expected that. I was big on them last year. With Şengün, they start the season 9-3. Şengün, Van Vliet. They lose a guy like Jalen Green, but you bring in a guy like Kevin Durant for reasons like that. That Rockets team is going to be definitely tough to beat come playoff time. And then, like we said, Detroit, a very young team, but leading out everything out east, or in the Eastern Conference at 13. Leading everything out east at 13-2. But I don't think they're title contenders at least in Detroit, but that's just me.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. Hopefully we get some more out of the NBA here. Haven't really had much news lately, but about the
Still
same as
so early.
NHL
Basketball
here.
really doesn't like get going until Christmas.
Right. So we definitely got some time there. All right, let's jump over to the NFL here. Yet another set of power rankings here before we get to our recap and Week 12 here. Coming in at number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Number 4, the New England Patriots. Number 3, the Denver Broncos. Number 2, the Los Angeles Rams. And number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Rams no longer in that number 1 spot for us. But Huff, what are you thinking for our power rankings here this week?
Yeah, I'm big on this Rams team. I think they're going to be a definite favorite to win the Super Bowl. Them, Philly, to come out of the NFC. Seattle, who just took a tough loss to this Rams team, but I love the Rams. They're my mortal lock last week that I gave out on our live stream. Make sure you're tuning into those. But I like this Rams team. I think they're still better than Philadelphia. Philadelphia did beat them head to head. Similar spot to how we have Aces Patriots over the Bills. Patriots win that game head to head. Bills are kind of hot and cold right now with the loss of Miami. They've lost to the Falcons, but the Patriots haven't really played anybody other than the Bills and the Bucks. So 2 games, I think they're sitting at 9-2. Then that Broncos schedule, they've had some tight games. A lot of people are trying to schedule shame them. I think we have the top 5 right, at least for this week. Teams are right on that outside looking in that, keep your eye on. There's a couple teams you could take a look at. I guess you would say maybe like I don't know, maybe the Colts
but they're
sitting at
falling off a little
8-2
bit.
still. Not a lot of people are big on them for some reason. I think they're coming off a bye week. So they could be sitting there. The Bears are a fun, hot team right now. The Bucks sitting at 6-4. Obviously, the Seahawks. I think those are probably the teams you'd be looking at there. But yeah, I think it's a solid top 5 as we head into Week 12.
Yeah, definitely a good list for our top 5 here this week. But let's jump into our Week 11 recap here. Week 11 of the 2025 NFL season kicked off Thursday with the red-hot Patriots beating the Jets. Rookie Trayvon Henderson scored 3 touchdowns, moving New England to 3-0 in the AFC East. Sunday's action started in Madrid where the Dolphins defeated the Commanders in overtime. Back in the United States, the Panthers forced overtime, then defeated the Falcons on a field goal. Meanwhile, the Jags and the Steelers came away with dominant wins. The Packers ended a 2-game losing streak by beating the Giants, and the Bears and Texans won on field goals as time expired. The Bills also had a high-scoring game over the Bucks, led by 3 rushing touchdowns from quarterback Josh Allen. In the late window, the 49ers easily handled the Cardinals despite an NFL record 47 completions from the quarterback Jacoby Brissett. The other 2 NFC West teams also squared off as the Rams squeaked by the Seahawks after 4 interceptions by quarterback Sam Darnold. Meanwhile, rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders made his debut for Cleveland and fell short on a potential winning drive against the Ravens. The Broncos successfully pulled off a winning field goal against the Chiefs as time expired. Sunday's night game featured the Eagles' defense stepping up to shut down Jared Goff and the Lions in a 16-9 win. And Monday night's game saw Dak Prescott and the Cowboys outshine the Raiders in their win. But let's jump into Week 12 here, starting with Thursday Night Football. The Bills and the Texans in Houston, but the Bills are the favorite here. 6 points for them. The total sitting at 43.5. Huff, what do you think about the Thursday Night Football game here in Week 12?
Yeah, this is an interesting spot here. This Texans team has looked cold. Davis Mills under center. They obviously pull out a win last week against a bad Titans team in the division. I lean on Buffalo here plus or minus the 6 points to handle business. I think Buffalo knows they need to pick up all the wins that they can get with the Patriots already at 9 wins, 2 games ahead of them. I think they're not going to mess around in this spot, especially in the prime time. I know this game's on the road against a tough defense. I'm going to take the better quarterback to get the job done. Give me Josh Allen and the Bills minus 6.
I like that play. I like the 6 points for the Bills here, but I also like the over.
I was going to say, I kind of like the over, even though we have a backup quarterback on.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a classic primetime over. Nothing more to say about that. All right, let's jump into our 1 o'clock slate here on Sunday. Vikings and Packers are going to get us started here in Green Bay. They're the favorite, 6.5 points for them. The total at an even 41. What are your thoughts on this matchup of Vikings and Packers?
Divisional matchup. I usually want to take the dog. The Packers don't look good. I might take the dog here. Give me the Vikings plus 6.5. The Packers don't look good. I'm going to take them to slip one up here. Josh Jacobs looking like he may not play in this game. The Packers have had injury question marks all around their lineup the past few weeks. Their defense is legit. The Vikings still have a pretty good defense as well. So I think this is set at 41 for a reason. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, and the Vikings are able to cover that 6.5.
Yeah, I like that, especially like you said, if Josh Jacobs doesn't play. I mean, that spread will probably move a little bit, but yeah, I like 6.5, big time. Alrighty, keeping it moving here. The game that we care about the most here, Steelers-Bears in Chicago. Bears are the favorite here, 2.5 points for them. Looks like it's moving that way. Total at 45. Bears money line at minus 150. Steelers at plus 125. Huff, what do the Steelers do this week here, sitting at 6-4?
This is obviously a tough game to call right now with the question mark around Rodgers. Is he going to play? Is it going to be Rudolph? Rudolph looked good in that second half. I'm not going to say he's going to look with a week of preparation. Only better, in my opinion. A Bears defense that's good. This is a well-coached Bears team under Ben Johnson. Tough place to play in Chicago. What's the weather going to be like in Chicago?
Let's ask Ashley.
Yeah. That's a good call because Chicago, November. Low total, 45. Does this game go under? Steelers defense had looked good last week in a dominating divisional win.
High 57, low 38.
It's a 1 o'clock game, so it's going to be.
Yeah, doesn't look like there's high winds or anything. Okay. No precip.
Yeah, I like it to be a low scoring game. I think the Steelers are able to pull it out. I don't love it. But if Rodgers plays, I love it.
Yeah, I hear that. Mason Rudolph did look very good in that second half. I was very pleased. But yeah, if Aaron Rodgers
I also could see our defense make Caleb have some turnover issues and we win this game that way, even if Mason plays. So I guess I do like the Steelers in the under.
Yeah, I like the Steelers for sure. Yeah, 45 probably like the under as well. But Steelers on the money line. Hopefully see them win this game especially on the road. Would be a big one
in Chicago.
in Chicago. All righty, let's keep it moving here. Next game, 1 o'clock, Patriots and Bengals in Cincinnati. The Patriots are the favorite here, 7.5 points for them. The total sitting at 50.5. What are we thinking about this one? What did Aces Patriots do in this one?
Yeah, big spread here. No Jamar Chase for the Bengals after being suspended for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. The Bengals aren't going to have much going. T. Higgins, I guess, is going to be the focal point of their offense, and Joe Flacco is just going to force him the ball like he did with Jamar Chase. I don't know how that's going to work for him against a tough Patriots team that's playing really good. They're getting very favorable opponents each week. I think Cincinnati's not an easy place to play, but 7.5, I think. I don't think the Bengals are able to hang around in this one. I guess you would say take the Patriots, maybe tease them. 2.5 will be a great play. I don't see a spot where they lose this game. Minus 375, probably a lock on the money line as well.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. 7.5 points, definitely one of those spreads that I hate betting. These Patriots do look pretty darn good. Like you said, no Jamar Chase.
I just don't see how the Bengals score points.
Yeah, I agree.
Without him.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 7.5, that's a good number to tease or to move around and using something else as well.
Although
I think they win the game.
I'm pretty good at betting against the Patriots. I don't love it here, but you could tease the Bengals up, but I don't think they'd lose by 13 or 14.
True. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
But 7.5 is a tough number. I would rather tease it either way, and I think you hit.
Right.
Oof.
Interesting game there. Another 1 o'clock matchup here. Giants and Lions. Lions at home. They're the favorite. 10.5 points. Not our biggest spread of the week, but it's close. The total sitting at 50 even. What do the Lions do? Just 6-4 against a 2-9 Giants here in Detroit.
It's another tough matchup. Backup quarterback going for the Giants with Jameis Winston. The Lions at home. Could this be one of the games where they just score 150 points? I think it could be. I'd lean on Detroit minus 10.5. I don't think there's much going for this Giants team. They're playing for next year. Scadabo's doing WWE events, joining in wrestling while he's supposed to be injured. They don't have Jackson Dart in there. They don't have Malik Neighbors. They're waiting for next year. Detroit rules in this spot.
Yeah, I agree. 10.5. It's a big number, but I think they get it. Big Cat said it best. Jameis Winston's going to throw touchdowns. You don't know where he's going to throw him. He might throw him to his team, might throw him to the Lions, but he's going to throw touchdowns. So I like the Lions in this spot. 10.5 points is a good number. Maybe a anytime touchdown for the Lions defense would be an interesting one.
Yeah, that's probably good odds on that.
Oh,
or even just an interception. Just an interception,
yeah,
you would probably get a plus 105. Nah, maybe not with him.
True. Yeah, I'll look at that later.
You hit on the Daniel Jones pick earlier this year.
Yeah, true. Oh my God, that was a good one. Oh. All right, keeping it moving here. Another 1 o'clock matchup. Colts and the Chiefs here. Oh, no, sorry. Seahawks and the Titans here in Nashville. The Seahawks are the favorite here. 13.5, our biggest spread of the week here. Total sitting at 40.5. So a very low total, crazy high spread. What do the Seahawks do to the Titans here this week? Do they take care of 13.5?
Yeah, probably. Titans are so bad. I cannot bet on them. They looked like they were hanging around in that spot against the Texans last week, but that's against Davis Mills in a divisional game and a backup quarterback. The Seahawks could win this game by 100 as well, just like Detroit. Two great teaser legs. If you want to tease both of those, just a 2-leg teaser, you get Detroit minus what? 4.5. Seattle minus 13.5. Such a tough number to tease. You're still going to get like 8.5. I think it still hits.
I like it. Yeah, tough spot. 13.5 is just a number that I just don't know if I care to touch. I do think the Seahawks are just going to smack them.
JSN will probably have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Right, but it's so many points. I hate laying that number. Tough.
Yeah, it's too many points.
Yeah, I mean, ain't going to be on my card, but I'd take the Seahawks. But and then the spread there, definitely not going to be on my card, though. It's way too many points. I can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Alrighty, this next one here, an interesting one. Colts and Chiefs. Chiefs at home, but they're also the favorite here. 3.5 points for them. The Chiefs 5-5, Colts 8-2. The total sitting at 50.5. Chiefs money line at minus 175. Colts at plus 145. What happens here? Why are the Chiefs favored? I get they're at home, but This Colts team is supposed
Because
to be all that and
people
another
just think
bag of
the
chips.
Chiefs are bound to. They got to win some of these games, and
Yeah.
I don't think they do. I think their season is on life support. They could be 5-6, and I think they're going to be out for this game. I'm going to take the Indianapolis plus 3.5. I think they could lose the game outright, but I'm going to take the Colts plus 3.5 in this game. The better offense, they're rolling. I know I didn't say better quarterback, didn't say that. Anything about Patrick Mahomes. Before I start hearing that from Ace and the Patrick Mahomes stuff, I think the Colts have the better offense. Jonathan Taylor's on an MVP season right now. He could have a field day right here in this spot. I know it's in Arrowhead in a tough spot, but I'm going to take the Colts to hang around the high-scoring, tight game. Give me the Colts plus 3.5. Probably win the game.
Yeah. If you don't go with the Colts here, I think you're nuts. But I don't know why it's like this. This is definitely confusing me. It feels like a trap.
I'm telling you, they're just people because if they
money.
if they gave you Chiefs plus 2.5 here, do you know how much money there would be on Chiefs plus
right
2.5 and plus whatever 130 on the money line?
Right.
Then
You're
Vegas would literally burn down if the Chiefs ended up winning that game. They have to make the Chiefs favorites.
Yeah, you're right. All right. Yep. Give me the Colts here plus 3.5.
Because everyone thinks the Colts are frauds at 8-2, and everyone thinks the Chiefs are so much better than their record is.
Right. And I like the over here.
They're like, here's 3 and a hook. The Chiefs are probably going to win by 3 if they win. So here's 3 and a hook.
Yeah.
And it's minus 118. You'd want to get that sooner rather than later because this is I guarantee this ends at 3 or under.
Right. Alrighty, yeah, definitely a game to keep an eye on here with those spreads. But I also like the total here, 50.5. I think these two offenses are just going to put up points. I don't think they're going to be able to stop each other. So we will see here. But the final 1 o'clock matchup here we got on Sunday, Week 12, Jets and Ravens. Ravens at home. Ravens the favorite here, 13.5 points for them. The total sitting at 44.5. What do Haas's Ravens do here, Huff, against the Jets?
I think they absolutely roll the Jets. The Jets have nobody playing. Garrett Wilson's hurt. Tyrod Taylor's going under center. No Justin Fields. He's obviously getting benched. No good signs for the Jets. I guess Breece Hall's still out there. They traded Sauce. They traded Quinton Williams. Me and Mackie took him in that spot last week or a couple weeks ago, and we said they were going to win off the bye, get a little win streak. They lose last week. They're going to lose another one this week. Ravens, I think, roll here, but 13.5 is always a tough number, but I'm more confident in this 13.5 than I am Seattle.
All right. I like hearing that. I think I agree with you as much as I hate to see the Ravens win here for my Steelers, but 13.5 is probably an easy number.
They're going to catch us. It's inevitable. They're going to catch us.
Yep. I know.
Their schedule's a joke.
Right. That's the script.
They always backload the Steelers and front load the Ravens. Yeah, like the Ravens always have the hard games at the beginning. The past 2 years, that's how it's been. Then the last 2 years, we've had a gauntlet to end the year.
Right. Tough.
Like Detroit, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and then a game against Cleveland. Like those are never easy games. Any divisional game is never easy. We have a gauntlet to end the season. In Chicago this week, we have Miami mixed in there somewhere.
Yeah. Still a lot of football left. We'll see what happens here. But let's jump into our 4 o'clock slate here on Sunday. Browns and Raiders, a great game. Two teams, 2-8. Raiders are the favorite at home. 4 points for them. They're the total sitting at 36. Raiders money line at minus 200. Browns at plus 165. Huff, what happens in this dumpster fire?
Shador's starting debut. I think there's going to be a ton of money on the Browns here, but I kind of don't want to miss out on it in case he does good. So for my pick, I am going to say Browns plus 4. The Raiders look like you can absolutely put money on them, especially as a 4-point favorite, but that's telling me why are the Raiders a 4-point favorite here? The Browns have way better defense, maybe one of the best in the NFL, despite having the worst record or one of the worst records. The offense is terrible. What are they going to look like with Shador? I'm going to say Browns plus 4. They hang around the game.
Yeah, I like the Browns here as well. I mean, I cannot imagine that the Raiders beat them. Like, that just does not make any sense to me. Like, put this up at, an even money each way. I'd take the Browns. So, definitely a tough one. But we will see what happens. Yeah, if Shadur's playing and all that stuff. So,
there's going to be so much money on the Browns.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty, keeping it moving here. 4 o'clock slate, Jags and Cardinals. Cardinals at home here. Jags are the favorite, though. 2.5 points for them. Their money line at minus 150. Cardinals at plus 125. The total sitting at 47.5. What happens here, Huff? Do you like the Jags? I like the Jags.
Yeah, I think the Jags are fraudulent, but I like the Jags minus the 2.5 here. I'll say money line because -150. That's not too bad, but I do think they win the game. Arizona's not good. I'm not big on Jacoby Brissett. Despite setting the NFL completions record last week with 47 or something, it was crazy. But
Yeah, 47.
yeah, I'm gonna go with the Jaguars here. I don't think they're good, but they're gonna get to 7-4.
Yeah, give me the Jags here. Probably, I don't know. I'd love to see how much money's on the Jags here because I think that is going to be a very big public
It'll
play.
probably
We'll
be a
see.
similar spot. It's a weird.
Yeah,
It's only 2.5 as well.
right. All right, keep an eye on that one for sure. But going into these 425 games here, Eagles and Cowboys in Dallas. Eagles are the favorite here. 3.5 points for them. Their money line at -190. Cowboys at +155 total, sitting at 47.5. Huff, what do you think about this one?
I like the Cowboys +3.5. I think in a divisional spot, home dog in Jerry's world, the Eagles have shown their weaknesses. The Cowboys are able to score at will with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb and Javonte Williams. They have a really fun offense to watch. I think they're able to put up points down there in this game and divisional matchup. I'm going to take the Cowboys +3.5.
I kind of like that too. I don't think the Eagles are going to just
High
walk into
scoring
Jerry's
game. I
world and
think
do
you
their
can
thing.
take all the big guys to score in this game. Like I think Pickens will score. I think Barkley will score. Hurts will score.
Yeah, I like that. That's an interesting way to go about it. I think, yeah, teasing the Cowboys up a couple points, moving them a couple points, I think would be so prime. I don't think they lose by.
That's a good That's a good teaser.
Pretty good already though. Yeah, but that's another good teaser leg. All right, keeping it going here. Falcons and Saints, another dumpster fire here in New Orleans. Saints are the favorite here. 1.5 points for them. Their money line at -125. Falcons at +105. The total at a low 39.5. What happens down there in New Orleans, Huff?
Kirk Cousins going for the Falcons here.
Shit.
I'm going to take the home team, the Saints. I'm going to go with no, probably not going to bet this. I said all season I was not going to actually bet on the Saints, but for sake of a pick, I'll take the Saints on the money line here. The home team, two bad teams going at it right now, 2-8, 3-7. Give me the home team. Not much to say about it. I just think the Saints are able to handle business at home. These teams probably split. Can you look up if they played each other yet? Falcons, Saints would have been in Atlanta. I don't think they have.
Nope.
They have not?
They have not.
Yeah, give me the Saints.
I think that's probably the smart move here, but I don't know why. My heart's telling me to go with the Falcons.
Go with Kirk O'Chains.
Yeah, go with Kirk O'Chains in this one, but I don't know. Definitely a game I'm not going to have on my card. I'm not going to bet it. But yeah, give me the Falcons here. I think the Falcons are going to come out on top of this one. Give Kirk O'Chains a shot. I think I'll do fine. Again, this is a dumpster fire, so like I wouldn't bet on
NFC South, baby.
Yeah, that's par for the course. Alrighty, let's move forward here. Sunday night football here. Bucks and Rams in LA. Rams are the favorite here. 6.5 points for them. The total sitting at 49.5. Do the Rams take down the Bucks here at home, or do the Bucks fly all the way across the country to take the dub?
I like the Rams. -6.5 is scary, but I do think they cover. I love the money line. I think it's a great parlay leg closer out Sunday night football. Rams will win this game. They're the better team. Tough spot for the Bucks on a road Sunday night football. Are they able to hang around? I don't know. I love a lot of props in this game. I think Devontae will get in. I think Puka Nacua will get in. Kyron Williams has been awesome. Maybe even Matt Stafford, 2 touchdowns. He's had some. He's on MVP season as well. So look for maybe some props there. But I like the Rams here.
These Bucks have burned me too many times.
I've bet against the Bucks a lot.
And
it's
they
burned me a lot, and I haven't learned my lesson yet.
Yeah, so I have to go the opposite way here. I don't think the Bucks travel across the country and win. But
so you're going with the Bucks or against the Bucks?
No, I'm going against the Bucks. I like the Rams here. I like the Rams, but 6.5 points is a lot. Like I don't know if I think they
great teaser leg.
Yeah,
-1.
Say that about every game.
I mean, they all technically are. If you like it, you can just tease it and like it even more.
Yeah, no, you're right. But give me the Rams here. 6.5 points isn't that much, but do I think they win by a touchdown? I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I like the Rams to win the game, but that 6.5 is a question mark to me. I don't like that total.
I think a great parlay is Patriots My computer doesn't tell me the odds when I calculate a parlay. Does yours on
Yeah.
the website? Can you type this in? Patriots.
Patriots money line or?
Money line.
Yep.
Ravens money line.
Yep.
Rams money line.
Yep.
What is that?
-119.
I love that.
Patriots, Ravens, Rams.
I don't see any of those teams lose.
I agree with that.
It's not a juicy parlay, but I don't see any of those teams lose.
Right. Maybe even if you had the Seahawks
I wanted it to
in there,
I just wanted it to be better than -125, so that was perfect.
If you add the Seahawks in there, it's +104.
What about if you did the Bills tomorrow night?
Do you want me to keep the Seahawks in there or no?
Take the Seahawks out and do the Bills. Should be like +130.
+148.
Ooh.
So Patriots, Ravens,
I like it better with
Bills.
the Seahawks and the Bills. It's safer.
If you had the Seahawks in as well.
Or the Lions. I do the Lions instead of the Seahawks. So now Patriots, Ravens, Lions, Rams.
No Bills?
No Bills.
+113.
That's my favorite one.
I like that. Patriots, Ravens, Rams, Lions.
Yeah. I'm probably going to card that on Sunday.
I love it. Alrighty, with that, let's jump over to Monday Night Football here real quick. Panthers and 49ers. I think this is going to be a good game. In San Francisco, the 49ers are the favorite here. 7 points for them. The total at 49. I love the under. What are your thoughts, Huff?
You like the under? It's interesting. I could see that. And you're very confident.
I think it's going to be a good game. And I don't mean that in the sense of good to watch, but these teams are going to be fighting hard, I think.
I feel like the Panthers are going to be able to hang on. I want to take the Panthers +6 so bad, +7 so bad, but I'm not going to. I think the 49ers win this game, but I could see the Panthers cover. It's a weird game. For two NFC teams, I feel like these teams never play each other.
Yeah. This is a weird game that I feel like, we don't see often. Where is that? There it is. For the first time in 2 years, the Carolina players play in primetime at night.
For the first time ever?
First time in 2 years.
Carolina Panthers in the primetime?
Yeah, primetime at night.
Oh. I don't know. I like the Panthers +7. I'm probably not going to bet it.
Okay. Alrighty, well that's
Dowdle's been so good. He'll probably have a touchdown and 100 yards in this game.
Yeah. Seriously. Alrighty, that's going to wrap up everything we have here for Week 12. Make sure to stay tuned for our live stream and our picks on Sunday. Live stream 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and all our picks released shortly after that on Instagram and Twitter or X, the Everything app. But let's jump over to the college football world here. Our new rankings in the college football, the playoffs are quickly approaching here. We're in Week 13 as the rankings are number 1, Ohio State, number 2, Indiana, number 3, Texas A&M, number 4, Georgia, number 5, Texas Tech, number 6, Ole Miss, number 7, Oregon, number 8, Oklahoma, number 9, Notre Dame, number 10, Alabama, number 11, BYU, and number 12, Utah. I know that 11 and 12 team is not all that important, but
yeah, they end up getting kicked out. But
yeah, I mean, I've been trying to understand how this
if the playoffs started tomorrow, since Tulane is the top group of 5 team, they'd be in, and they're the 24th ranked team in the nation.
That's crazy. See, I've been trying to watch things to help me understand that better, and I just cannot wrap my head around it.
So Utah and BYU wouldn't be in.
Right.
I forget who the 11th seed goes to, but 12 would be Tulane.
Jeez.
But yeah, it is. I think it's stupid, but
yeah,
it fucked it up last year when Boise State got a bye. That was even worse.
Right.
Penn State handled that in the semifinal or whatever that was, semifinal or no, they played Notre Dame in the semifinal. That would have been the quarterfinal. But yeah, I think it's a solid top 5. Alabama, tough loss. I'm not big on Alabama with Kalen DeBoer, so I wasn't too confident in them in that spot. Texas A&M had a big scare there against South Carolina. Georgia moves up a spot and takes Alabama's. Texas Tech looks legit. Ole Miss, same thing. Lane Kiffin's just, his blank check just keeps going up and up for that number that's going to be on there at the end of this season, whether it's with Ole Miss, LSU, wherever he ends up, Florida, Oregon with another big win. Oklahoma, takes down Alabama, a big win. They're 8-2 on the year. They move up to 8. They find themselves in that spot. Notre Dame still sitting at 9. I feel like they've been 9 all year. I think Big Cat said that on part of my take as well, and I was like, I feel like that is true. I think they started the season at 9. They went down, they've gone up. Now they're back at 9 for back-to-back weeks. They haven't moved here, but Alabama at 10 to round things out. But solid top 10. Some good games on the slate this week. I didn't put any on the outline, so I can kind of just rip through some of these. Not a great slate, but we have Missouri, Oklahoma. That's a testy spot for Oklahoma, but it is in Norman. They should be able to handle business. 7.5-point spread there. Miami versus Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech upset, Miami. With all the exciting news, bringing in your boy James Franklin. Obviously, I don't think he's. How does that work? He's not coaching. The interim finishes the season, right?
I believe yes.
Yeah.
So I believe it's a slow incorporation,
He
right? They have
starts
the
to work his stuff
opportunity.
in, but like the interim is handling the
The
rest of the
game
season.
this weekend, right?
You have 2 games left. Like the interim's
right.
just,
I think it gives them an opportunity to kind of slowly work things in instead of boom.
You can watch how he's
happen.
running things just so you understand how we do things, and then whatever you want to change, then we'll go from there.
Yeah, I saw his press conference, and
I saw him come out to enter Sandman. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. And I don't know, he seemed same old same. Not that that's a
Virginia
good or
Tech
bad
has
thing.
great. I'm going to say it again. I've always said this. I've always liked Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech has arguably the best football jerseys and colors in college football. It's a hot take. Not a lot of people like them, but I love those colors.
Yeah, I like them. Yeah, but he seems same old.
Pitt has a big game this weekend. Pitt, Georgia Tech. That's a big one. Obviously, Pitt got waxed by Notre Dame, but they're still alive, sitting right there with a huge game at Georgia Tech this weekend. 16 Georgia Tech. Pitt sitting at 7-3. Last week supposedly didn't hurt them. They're not ranked anymore, but Pitt's a 2.5-point dog in in Atlanta this weekend against Georgia Tech. That's a big one there. Illinois, Wisconsin, and Tennessee, Florida. That's gonna a decent one. Florida sucks. Wisconsin sucks. Those are 2 tough spots there, but not that many great games this weekend. More of a look ahead spot for next week, but we'll get all of our official plays out there. HitTheBooks.pod on Instagram, HitTheBooks_pod on Twitter.
Heck yeah, lots of good stuff. I think that's going to wrap up everything we got this week. Huff, anything else to add?
No, I think that's it. Make sure, like I said, all of our plays going out there. HitTheBooks.pod on Instagram, HitTheBooks_pod on Twitter. Our NFL live streams, make sure to tune into those every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Going live wherever Jesse wants to tell you they're at. TikTok.
Live on TikTok, YouTube, and Rumble.
There you go. There's your 3 sources. Give us a like, follow, share, subscribe wherever you're watching at now. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on Sunday for Week 12 in the NFL.